Good evening, Bahamas. On the broadcast tonight, a progressive Liberal Party MP says he'll support any party willing to carry out the death penalty. Plus, hear what the former Prime Minister has to say about the failure of opposition forces to unite. And find out the next course of action for frustrated Jubilee Gardens residents.
News is brought to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news, the weekend edition, and thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Nold. Parliamentary Commissioner Sherlyn Hall has denied allegations made by Free National Movement leader Dr. Hubert Minnis, who told party supporters in Cat Island that the Parliamentary Registration Department had shut down voter registration. During an F&M rally Friday night, Dr. Minnis accused the Progressive Liberal Party of trying to steal the general election.
You know, Cat Island, they will do any and everything to steal this election. I've been advised that yesterday the Parliamentary Registry stopped registering voters yesterday after 7 o'clock. They shut down because the computer system had crashed. And not only that, I've been advised that individuals who were registered, the computer was automatically deleting or removing their names off the register. That's a serious matter.
The F&M leader asserted that similar incidents occurred during the gender equality referendum last year. Dr. Minnis said he has asked the parliamentary commissioner to launch an investigation into this matter in order to protect the integrity of the general election process. Dr. Minnis says it has also prompted the F&M to make this request.
And therefore, I'm sending a warning to the government that the F&M government will request international observers here in the Bahamas to observe our election and ensure Little Brave or Perry Christie and the PLP does not steal this big one.
Hall says he has no idea of what Minnis is talking about, adding that voter registration has not stopped. Additionally, Mr. Hall says he has not heard anything from Dr. Minnis regarding the launch of an investigation into this matter. Despite being a member of Parliament for the Progressive Liberal Party, Tall Pines MP Leslie Miller says he'll vote for any party that implements the death penalty. Miller, who has not been shy about his calls for the death penalty, says the time for empty rhetoric and excuses is over. Our Jasmine Brown has more of the outspoken MP's comments in this report.
Nothing is going to happen until we get the guts to implement the death penalty. They could skirt around it, they could play all these games with this rhetoric. It is sickening. Stop making damn excuses. Do what is necessary to protect and enhance the welfare of our people. The Prime Minister of Trinidad just said he doesn't care about the Privy Council. He has no regard for the Caribbean Court of Justice. He will hang. What's our problem?
Miller says with crime continuing to spiral out of control, he is willing to support any government that carries out capital punishment.
As a member of Parliament, I'm prepared to support any government, this or the other government that may come into play. If they're going to implement capital punishment, they could depend on the member of Parliament for Tall Pines.
The Tall Pines MP has repeatedly called for capital punishment to be carried out in the Bahamas. Miller's own son, Mario, was murdered 15 years ago. The 28-year-old was found dead with multiple stab wounds in bushes near the Super Value food store in Winton. Miller says the truth is no one is safe.
You know, this foolishness with criminals killing criminals, you got to realize, whatever criminals kill, that's a human life is taken, you know. It's just, you know, so the guy might have done something wrong. That doesn't negate the fact that he was murdered, that person was butchered, that a little kid was shot. I mean, these excuses, even the commissioner saying that it's fine for them to kill each other. How the hell can it be fine for a human to take another human life? And you have laws in this country. Is that what we want our country to come to? You think the carnage is going to stop? It's either them or it's us. Simple as that. Obviously, some in power would like for it to stay them. That's their problem.
Miller says it's the politicians who have the power to change what's happening by stopping the excuses and taking action.
I mean, what are we coming to as a people? These sick excuses must stop and implement the laws of our land. That's what's got to happen.
Reporting for our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Democratic National Alliance leader Branville McCartney emphasizes with the family of those recently murdered teen boys. 13-year-old Keyshawn Williams and 15-year-old Devontae Lindsay were found shot dead in Yellowella Gardens last week Sunday. McCartney says he knows what it's like losing a loved one to crime.
I know it, you know. I know it. I know how it is to lose someone you love dearly. I lost my brother to crime on the streets of this country.
McCartney did not find the comments by National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage appropriate. Nottage said he was not shocked by the death of the two boys, suggesting that young men are often involved in crime.
His comments were callous and cold. And I feel for that family. I feel for the family of those young boys.
McCartney insisted that Nottage return to gynecology, adding that he should have been removed from the office of Minister of National Security a long time ago. Well, the former Prime Minister and leader of the Free National Movement is hoping the FNM can present a united front before the upcoming general election. This, as he says, there are only two major parties in the Bahamas for voters to consider.
I think that the population of the Bahamas would have preferred if the opposition groupings had come together, but that appears not to be possible. I think that the leader of the opposition, well, first of all, the FNM has its own challenges in uniting itself. That's the first thing. And then secondly, beyond that, the challenge of the DNA, which is the next big political party out there. So I would hope that the FNM can get itself together.
In the past several months, rumors swirled that the FNM may be joining forces with the Democratic National Alliance in an effort to unseat the Progressive Liberal Party. However, Ingram says it appears the DNA is asking for something the FNM cannot deliver.
Chances are not very good that there could be any opportunity for a deal with the DNA. The DNA seem to want what the FNM can't deliver, and so you have to sometime move on without it. So.
Now, FNM leader Dr. Hubert Minnis has said that despite the noise in the market, there is no confusion within the FNM. Meanwhile, Minnis claims talks between the FNM and DNA came to an end when DNA leader Branville McCartney requested 16 unopposed seats. McCartney has denied those claims. Still to come on our news, Jubilee Gardens residents prepare to take legal action. That story and more when our news returns.